In this video, we are going to look at the prices of the most commonly used building materials, sand, cement, stones, iron rods, and more coming up next. Now, it's the first week in the month of May 2024. And ladies and gentlemen, the price of all building materials have increased. Let me start with cement. Today, a bag of cement is selling at 100 Ghana cedis in most places for the 42.5 hour grade cement, which is just mind blowing. If you want like the 32.5 hour, depending on the brand, you are going to get it between 80 to 88 Ghana cedis. It's wild. It's wild. Last month in end of March, first week in April, cement was like 80 Ghana cedis, even 75 Ghana cedis for the 32.5 hour. And then the 42.5 was hovering between 88 to 94 Ghana cedis. Today it's at 100 Ghana cedis. And when I went around, the news that I'm getting is that the price of cement is going to increase again. Now, these can be attributed to many factors. First of all, the fuel price has increased, and transportation generally is going to increase because fuel prices have increased. And most of our cement, the materials are imported. There's a distance that the merchants will have to go and pick the completed products from the factories to their distribution centers. And once the cost of transportation increases, everything is affected. Again, the dollar rate has increased wildly, with the dollar sitting at over 14 Ghana cedis. And so, when you look at these two key contributing factors, we can understand why the price of cement has increased. And that's also going to be the theme running throughout this video. That the price of almost everything has increased. It's wild, it's crazy, but that's the situation we find ourselves in. And when it comes to cement, we have a partner on this channel, which is SuperSem. SuperSem has partnered with Africa Building Hub to provide high quality cement grades to Ghanaian builders. Now, SuperSem's 42.5 hour grade cement offers the highest compressive strength of all local 42.5 hour grade cements are available on the Ghanaian market. And it's best suited for public infrastructure work such as roads and bridges, heavy duty reinforced concrete structures, building foundations, block making, and more. Like you can use it for your residential or you can use it for your commercial properties. And so just go to SuperSem Ghana and thank them for sponsoring this video. And that is cement. We use cement in every stage of the building projects, from the foundation to the completion, where you are doing your plastering, you are doing screeding for your tile work, like you are doing compound works. Anything requires cement. And so most people, when they are building projects, are going to use close to, let's say, 1,000 bags of cement for a standard 3-bedroom house. You do plastering inside, outside, tiling, you do your external wall, you do all these things, your block laying and all these. You are going to need a lot of cement. And so if it has moved from 90 cedis to 100 cedis per bag, right, then it means when you buy 1,000 bags, you are literally losing 10,000 Ghana cedis, right, for those 1,000 bags of cement. And that's wild. And that's why, again, I try to encourage as many people as possible that don't wait for things to get better. In Ghana, I've never seen prices of building materials go up and then come down again. Usually, like when things go up, whether it's food, building materials, whatever, it becomes the new normal, it becomes the standard, it remains there, then from there it begins to rise. Like fuel, it has been moving gradually. Now it's at 15 cedis per liter for petrol, which is wild. And the dollar rate is over 14. And usually the dollar and the fuel price move in tandem, right? So we can expect the dollar to move to about 15 Ghana cedis pretty soon, which is affecting everything, right? It's affecting everything. So once the price of cement increases, cement is also like an ingredient or a material that is used in making or molding blocks. So the cost of blocks are going to increase. Today, if you want like 5-inch hollow blocks, it's almost 7 cedis, 7.2 cedis in other places. The cheapest you get is maybe 6.8 Ghana cedis. And the solid blocks are moving almost 8 Ghana cedis, some places 8.5 cedis. Crazy. Block, single unit of block. Hey, Charlie, sometimes I weep. I pity for people who are now going to start their building projects. It's not going to be easy. Oh. What you could use 150,000 CDs to build last year, maybe you could complete a one-bedroom house and move into it next year. By this time you'll not be able to, so it's something that we need to really consider. Now, the reason why I do this video is for people who are building, people who want to start building, especially you people in the diaspora, to know what the prices of building materials are, because many a times you're not on the ground, right? And your contractor or your mason would give you an estimate, and for you to verify, it's a bit difficult. So we make this video so that you can compare with whatever estimates is given to you. So if you like that kind of content and you are new to this channel, please subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next updates. And if you appreciate that, like this video. Can we get this video 500 likes? Right, 1,000 likes will be amazing, because next week is my birthday, and from today till next week we are celebrating the birthday. In fact, we are taking gifts and donations and everything. I digress. Let's go back to the price of sand. Now, for the price of sand, we are going to look at three different types of material. So we are going to look at, chippings, we are going to look at sand itself, and then we are also going to look at the filling material. Now, filling material is important because we went to look at a house that a subscriber wanted to purchase somewhere around Spintex. The moment we got to the place, I noticed that the place was clay. I told the guy that this place is clay, and I gave him some of the issues you are going to have in an area that is clay. One, it might become waterlogged. Two, if the foundation is not done properly, you are going to suffer from rising damp issues. And so you are going to notice that the walls will be peeling off. And so I told him, let's just walk around the neighborhood. We did. All the houses in the neighborhood had rising damp and the paint was peeling off, right? So it doesn't mean don't buy a land if your place is clay, but what that means is if you want to build properly, right, you probably need to do a lot of excavation of the existing soil. And then what you need to do is to now do filling. So you bring filling materials, you bring truck loads of filling material. Maybe you bring 10 trips, 20 trips. Today, one trip is selling between 1,200 to 1,500 for just filling material. So imagine 1,500 and you are doing 20 trips. That alone is 30,000 Ghana cedis. You understand? And today I also met some subscribers, right, at a KFC joint, and said they've been watching my videos. They are really inspired. They want to buy land, etc. They've seen some land at Amasaman, but it's waterlogged. If you are buying land which is waterlogged, you are going to be having this very same issue where you probably need to do a lot of filling, right, so that you can have a solid surface or structure, substructure to put your foundation on. You do loads and loads and loads of filling, and even then, you still need to do all the best practices, the proof membrane, etc. Again, I digress. Next, let's look at the cost of chippings. You're going to use chippings for your columns, your beams, your gates, like you're going to use it for your concrete casting and all these things. Today, a trip is selling for about 2,700 to 3,000 Ghana cedis, depending on the cubic capacity of the truck that is fetching it, how far away your building site is, and how far they are going to fetch it, right? So again, please let me know where you purchase your sand, your iron rods, your cement, how much it costs you in the comments below. Really important, so that I purchase or source my materials within the Ghana East Municipality, Dome, Ashoman, Estates, etc. And what I don't want to do is that sometimes the price of these materials differ from one place to the other, right? And so I want you who is watching to comment how much you purchased your materials for. Really, really important, so that you are adding to the body of knowledge. If somebody is purchasing, materials in your area, then they are aware, right? Really important. Next, let's look at sand. Gone were the days where I could tell you that a trip of sand was costing between 1,500 to 2,000 or 2,300 cedis. Today, a trip of sand is costing also between 2,700 to 3,000 cedis. Some people sent me a message that they receive estimates in different regions where a trip of sand was costing over 3,500 to about 4,000 cedis. Wild, really, really wild. Like it's crazy, So what do we learn from this? what we can learn is that if you have anything to do, don't procrastinate. Don't say you're waiting for good times. Don't say you're waiting for the price of building materials to come down. The more you wait, the more the prices would increase, especially considering that we are in an election year. A lot of importation rather than exportation. The exchange rate is going to be messed up, and there are global factors which are playing, a very critical role in ensuring that the prices of building materials increase. Okay, so please don't wait. Don't be sitting on the fence. Even if you purchase like a plot of land, if you've been following our videos, you say if you purchase a plot of land, you can go and deposit some sand, some chippings. Then, if anybody has a vested interest in the land, they'll show up, right? And then you can make an informed decision. So, do these things, buy them. If you want to do maybe like a perimeter wall around your land, do so now, because last year it would cost you about 50 to 55,000 cedis to do like a wall on a 70 by 100 or 100 by 70 plots of land. This year, with the prices of building materials, sand, chippings, blocks, it means that it's going to cost you like maybe 70,000 cedis for that same 100 by 70 plot. So it's serious. It's serious, and I really feel very sad for people who are now going to start their building projects. I keep encouraging my friends and my subscribers that, Charlie, when you get something small, just start. But if you are waiting, it's going to be crazy. When I started my building project, a bag of cement was 33 cedis, 50 pesos. Now it has more than tripled. So don't be sitting on the fence for too long. Time and tide waits for no man. With that said, let's look at the price of iron rods. Today, a ton of iron rods is selling for about 7,700 Ghana cedis, right? For the 20 millimeters, 18 millimeters, 16, 14, and 12. And then even the 11.5 is still 7,700. Then if you want the 10 millimeters, you can get it for about 6,400 Ghana cedis. Again, all these things are relative to where you are purchasing your materials from. For me, like I said, East Municipality of Accra, Pokwase, Domiach, Mota, Hacho, Ashoma, Estates, Kwabena, those areas, that's where I go and ask. This is mild steel, like mild iron rods, mild tensile. These are not high tensile. The high tensile is more expensive. And the sad thing is, this, what you are seeing on your screen currently, is what the prices were in March. So in March, it was 6,500 cedis per ton. In end of April, it's 7,700. So it has increased by 1,200. So if you are buying 10 tons, you've lost 12,000 cedis by just waiting an extra month. And when I was going around asking the merchants the prices, everybody said, oh, they'll be increasing the prices very soon. So like from next week going, the prices of all these materials I'm talking to you about would increase. So we'll probably have to do another updated video. So they are saying it will increase by 400 to 500 cedis. That means we are moving from 7,700 to 8,100, 8,200 cedis per ton. Goodness. It's crazy. It's crazy out here. It's crazy. Again, everything else has increased. So I'll be switching between March and April. In March, you could get 2 to 6 inches nails for 58 cedis. At the end of April, it's 70 cedis, right? So again, 12 cedis increment. Wow. And then binding wire, 60 cedis, right now. And you can get it between 60 and 80 cedis per coil. Meanwhile, at the end of March, it was 55 cedis. So please don't be sitting on the fence for too long. If you have something to do, do it now. Now, let's look at the cost of wood. You are going to need wood for your roofing. You're going to need some for your boardwork, for your decking, etc. And we did an estimate for one of our subscribers for a flow that she wanted to do, right? And today, the boards that you are going to use for the boardwork, for your columns and beams, etc., one piece is selling between 80 to 100 Ghana cedis, like the cyber boards. Some people are even selling it for 120 cedis. Please keep bringing in your comments, etc., right? And then let's be learning from each other. Then again, the 2x4, one piece is selling for 30 to 45 Ghana cedis. In certain places, it's even 50 Ghana cedis. Plywood, a piece is selling for 220 Ghana cedis. Like everything is just increasing. It's sad. And I've spoken about the nails. Now, always remember that There's going to be transportation. All these are hidden costs. And like I said, because fuel prices have increased, transporting your materials is also going to increase. So you need to you need to take account of all these things. Scaffolding. Scaffolding one room, what they call one room, is 50 cedis, right? I was doing some painting work on a building project. I needed eight. Into every day, be a 400 Ghana cedis. If you need it for a week, that's 2,800 cedis. That they will charge you transportation to bring it and transportation to take it away. Charlie, building is not a joke. If you see anybody who has built a house, like you really need to respect the person. Like I really respect people who have even built one bedroom house, two bedroom house, three bedroom houses. It's not a joke. It's very, very expensive. Everything is expensive in Ghana. Tile cement has increased. Tiles and all these things have all increased, right? I bought paint recently, so I can tell you about the cost of paint as well. Today, a bucket of like Coral Tex paint is selling for about 927 cedis. And even that one, they told me that as a promo price. When the promotion ends, it's moving to 1,027 Ghana cedis. So that's like what, 100 Ghana cedis increment. Wild, wild, a bucket of paint. And if you are building your mansions, your 5 bedroom house, it probably means that you need like maybe 20 to 50 buckets, right? Even if it is 10 buckets of paint indoors, outdoors. That is over 9,000 cedis. You are getting close to 10,000. Then the cost of transportation. So when it moves to 20 buckets, you are looking at almost 20,000. You need 50 buckets times five. So it's crazy. Let me read some of your comments and then we continue. Justice says, good evening, sir. ATM International says, what's going on, bro? Justice, good evening. ATM, we are learning. We are talking about the prices of building materials. So if you are joining, you're welcome. Salome says, good evening. Good to see you, Salome. Entry Pinaman says, yeah, blocks cost 8.5 cedis and cement is 100 and change. Charlie, entry is not easy, but I know you've completed your building project, right? So you should be fine, or you haven't completed yet. Entry again says, yeah, I paid 70K roughly for my full plot wall. Charlie, that's crazy, yo. People, I've been telling people, like, start something at the start of the year, even from last year. I've been pushing this message for a while because I could see where things were going. But people will say, oh, they are waiting for prices of building materials to come down. And look at where we are. If you didn't do your wall last year, you've lost over 20,000 cedis. That 20,000, you could have used it for many things. So you could buy a new fridge. You could even do like some solar panels and things. Emmanuel Quay says, how much is high tensile iron rod? It's selling about 9,900 to 10,000 cedis per ton. Emmanuel. Richard, thank you for moderating the live. Says, let's get the live to 50 likes, please. Yes, guys, please, if you are enjoying this content, the best thing you can do to support the hard work we put into this, all the effort of going around to find the prices of building materials, is to just click like, right? So just exit the chat if you are watching the live and then click on the like. And then for those who will be watching the replay, can we at least get 500 likes on this video? That's the best way you can support me. So if you join for the prices of building materials, we are done. However, if you want to have an engagement like we usually do, you can keep bringing in your questions and then we are going to answer them. So this is the time where you bring in all your questions, your comments, your contributions. We read them and then we continue to chat towards 10 p.m. So we have about 15 minutes. So any questions you have, let's have it. Dado Boye, please forgive me if I murder your name. Says, how much is pre-mixed concrete per cubic yard? What I would advise is get in touch with Super Sem Ghana and then tell them you want pre-mixed concrete. You are coming from the Africa Building Hub channel and they are going to give you a good deal. Their contact is on the screen for all your bulk orders. They will sort you out. Even if you want to be like a distributor, you can also contact them for all your bulk orders. Follow them on all their social media pages and thank them for supporting our channel because it takes so much to produce this kind of content. And talking about taking so much to produce this kind of content, God willing, next week Sunday is going to be the birthday live, Charlie. Live birthday, and it's been a wonderful experience. We started this channel exactly 2 years ago, right, on my birthday. And it's been amazing. In 2 years, the community we've been able to build. They are usually regular faces you see in the comment section of the replays. They are the people we see all the time in the live shows. Salome, Entry, Dottie, like so many people. Even when we started from TikTok, some of you have followed us from TikTok to YouTube. And I just want to say a very heartfelt thank you. Like the support I've received. I mean, last year alone, we were able to help over 100 subscribers in various stages of their building projects. Some started from scratch, some needed like gates, some needed burglar proofs, some needed POP, different things, carpenters, tilers, all these things. And we're able to deliver for every single person, kitchen cabinet, all these things. Like whenever we bring somebody to the channel, we do an interview and we present them to you guys. Oh, Charlie, the feedback is massive. The love is wild. Like, and people will call and say, "Hey, Charlie, your people, why?" You guys will be calling them at midnight, 1 a.m. And I told them that most of the people who watch this video are not in Ghana. Most of them are in the diaspora, so the time zones and things like that, and their businesses have grown. Some of them who are doing like working for me now, they don't even have time to work for me because Charlie, the orders and the demand is so high that they are not even able to fulfill my own request. And I'm just grateful to you guys for the support, the love, all the good things, right? So I really want to say thank you. We are almost at 20,000 subscribers. So if you are watching and you haven't yet subscribed, just subscribe and let's get the 20,000. It would mean a lot to me, at least for my personal, milestones. And even on TikTok is wild, like 75,000 followers. Instagram, we are at about 55,000. So if you add TikTok, Instagram, and this YouTube channel alone, we are sitting at about 150,000 plus subscribers. And I just want to say thank you because it's done a lot. It's been able to help us to help a lot of people. We've been able to also employ people to be doing some of the work. Like it's been amazing. You guys have really touched my life. I thank God for the testimonies I keep hearing. And one day okay, next week, God willing, when we are doing the live, right? The birthday live, Charlie, people keep sending me messages. Oh, Charlie, thank you so much for your videos. I never planned on starting a building project, but because of your constant motivation, encouragement, I've started something. Then they will be sending me pictures of where they've reached in their building projects, videos. In fact, one which really touched my heart was a very, very popular celebrity in Ghana, but I'm not going to mention the person's name. And then this person reached out to me on Instagram and said, Charlie, I've been a mega blessing to him because till he started watching my videos. And Instagram, we started just a year ago and we're over 50,000. TikTok to just a year ago and we're over 70,000, right? Till he started seeing my videos on Instagram. Whenever he gets money, he just spends it. He never thought of building, but the moment I started bringing the breakdown, the cost and the prices and things like that, going into details, he saw that, oh, it's possible. And so from that 1 year we started Instagram till now, he's been able to start a building project and complete it. And this is a celebrity that many of you know, follow, you love so much. And this person was renting, paying big money for rent, living in nice cars and doing all these things. But now he says that through me, and he's been telling everybody. I met him once when I went to do an interview at a radio station. He was also coming for an interview. And he was telling them that, oh, Charlie, this guy, he's my guy. He's really helped me. And I'm saying all these things to tell you that I'm grateful for the support, for the love and the trust. When I introduced these solar cameras, it was a risk I took, right? I used my own money to purchase a lot of units because I felt there was interest, there was a need, there was demand, and I could supply it, right? And I bought it. I even used DHL to ship. I went to face a lot of hassle at customs, clearing it and all that. Charlie, somebody ordered 5. The person hasn't seen me before. Somebody ordered like different quantities. Within 1 week, all the units I brought were finished. Mad. Crazy. People sent me money. They've not seen me. They don't know where I live. Nothing. Like the trust you guys put in me. It gives me a certain level of responsibility and I'm just grateful, right? I'm super grateful. the guys who have come to my channel, some of them they were not getting contracts, but through the channel now they are getting jobs, and they are, that's for me what this is all about, like creating a community of people who are passionate about building, buying, renting, right, in Ghana. We did an interview for somebody who was selling land, and this person like was working in a like in a pharmaceutical department of a hospital. That's her profession, but then it wasn't really well paying. So she said, "Oh, she's seen my videos. She knows some people who sells land, so she wants to go into, how do you call it? Like, is it an agency or whatever, where she would be, she would go and see genuine, legit lands, and then litigation free. She would do all her research. Then she'll come to me and help her to advertise the land. 100 acres, 1 month, completely sold out. Like, it's crazy. The response that you guys give, it's amazing. Sometimes when I don't come on live, by the time I go back to Instagram, people have messaged me, are we not doing live today? What's happening? There's one guy on Instagram. I just want to say thank you. Today, there, like, I want to really appreciate you guys. There's this guy every time. Are we doing live tonight? I've been on your page waiting. When are you starting? Like, it's just amazing. It's amazing. And I really want to say, I don't take you guys for granted. I really appreciate you. Let me read some of your comments, and then if you have any questions, we can answer them. Edward Edu says, is landscaping cheaper? What is cheaper in Ghana? This question is pretty broad, right? What kind of landscaping? There are different types of landscaping. So what exactly? How big is your land? There are so many factors that go into it, right? And now you are saying what is cheaper in Ghana. Maybe kindly clarify so that I can answer, or anybody who is watching can answer. The good thing about this is that I don't know everything, and I have never pretended to know everything, right? I just share what I know based on my personal experiences, building for people, working with people, etc. And then I create a platform where other people who are engineers, architects, like qualified experts can also come and share their opinion. So any question you ask, there will be people who will be able to answer you. Summer Snow says, hi, good evening to you all. My experience and advice, if you want to build and don't have money, buy the materials first. It helps, like cement, sandstones. Well, that's true, but again, one tip I gave when it comes to cement has an optimal shelf life of 3 to 4 months, right? And many a times when you are purchasing the cement, you don't know how long it has been at the merchant shop or the factory or whatever. So you need to take that period out. And cement has an expiry date, but many of us, we don't check when we are buying. Always check the bag of cement and see if there's an expiry date. A good brand like Supercem would show you the expiry date of the cement, so that when you go to the distributor, you can always check and confirm that you're buying legit cement. So that 3 to 4 months, I would advise, if you are not ready to start yet, so like Summer Snow is saying, buy the cement, but use it to mold blocks, and then the blocks will be able to last longer because you are mixing other materials, right? So you are converting something that has a shelf life of 3 to 4 months to something that has a shelf life of over 100, like over 100 days, like a year plus, right? So for me, that's a tip in these difficult economic times. Michael Gimano says, please, how much would it cost today to fence 2 plots or 4 plots of land? Thanks. So Michael, based on everything we've said and the fact that today the price of cement, sand, everything has increased, 1 plot will cost you about 70,000 cedis, like for an average height of the wall. So if you are doing 2 plots, obviously it's not like you are going to do again. So it's not going to be 140,000. It's probably going to be like 120,000, right? And then the 4 plots is probably going to be like 200,000 cedis. Hey, Charlie, fencing a 4 plot wall can build a house for somebody. It's crazy. But that's the economy we find ourselves in. All right, so Juliana God's Care says, keep up the good work. God bless you. Amen. Oh, I receive all my blessings. Next week, God willing, I mean, if you want to support me in any way, next week will be the first time I would accept all forms of monetary support. So please come prepared. It's like a church service. Anyways, Michael Jimano says, please, do you have a Momo number in case you want to donate to the channel? Yeah, so I'm going to type the Momo number in the chat. I'm going to appear as cyber reviews, right? So I've put the Momo number in the chat. It's an MTN number. So if you want to support, I would be appreciating it a lot. From now till next week, I want to buy a new camera for the channel. You notice that last week when we were doing the live, it kept cutting because the camera was overheating, and I want to buy a new camera. It's $2,000. So if you guys are willing to support me, I'll be super grateful. All right, so let's read the comments. Abdallah says, I'm trying to buy land in the Takrady Western region, but it is very difficult. Please, can you help? Abdul, the only thing we don't help with is buying land directly, right? Because land issues are actually somewhere in Ghana. Yesterday, one subscriber who is building at Pram Pram called me, and she said she didn't know about land guards, and she was building, and some people came and they said stop work, and apparently they are land guards, and she has to be paying so much money, and she was so frustrated, and nobody told her. So she's telling me to tell you guys that they are land guards. When I finish answering your questions, we'll touch a bit on it before we close the live, okay? But you can also share your experiences you have with land guards and how you've dealt with them. If you're a land guard, to comment that you're a land guard and let us know why you are a land guard, because it doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so we don't involve ourselves in land acquisition. The only lands that we've showcased on our channel are 2 real estates, and those 2 real estates we did like our background work. We did our research and everything. We checked the title, we went to Lands Commission and all that. And even then, when we were still shooting the video, we still put it out there that even if you want to purchase, make sure that you do your own due diligence. So it's really, really important that before you purchase any land, you do your due diligence. Even for the ones that we say we know and we trust, like the 100 acres that was sold in 2 months, and then the other real estate company, Afro Arab company, all these ones, we still say go ahead and then do your due diligence. Okay. Summer Snow says, a year and a half ago, I bought 4 tracks of sand, which I paid 700 Ghana cedis for 1 track, and 3 tracks of stone, 1,200 Ghana for a track. Until date, I still have almost half of it. If you have the money, buy as much as possible. That's a lot of wisdom that you guys are sharing, and I appreciate it, Summer Snow. Michael Jimano says, please, is it good to buy land from an estate company in Ghana, or better still, from individuals? Look, regardless of who you are purchasing it from, what I would say is ensure to do your due diligence, implement the common sense principles. So, for example, don't pay full amount from the get-go. Get into an agreement with whoever, whether it's the individual or the real estate company, and tell them you want to pay in installments and you want to be able to start something. If you don't get any issues, then you would pay the rest. Anybody who is genuine will not say no to this, right? It's better than they giving you pressure. And I've been seeing some subscribers sending me message, oh, I've seen a land which is very good, the price is cheap, but the guy is giving me so much pressure to come and pay. Charlie, when they start giving you pressure like that, you need to be careful, because you could probably be falling into a trap. You could be falling into the hands of scammers and all these things. And so what I would advise is take your time. If it looks too good to be true, maybe it is, right? So take a step back. The price is good, the area is good, all right, but common sense principles. Go to Lands Commission, go and do a search. Is the name of the person or estate who is selling it to you, is it the name over there, or it's a different, it's a different name? If it's a different name, you should probably run away. But even if it's the name, right, go ahead and then register the land, because sometimes people sell lands to many people, hoping that whoever will register first, then the people who don't register, they'll refund their money. Because even if you take them to court, sometimes it takes 2 years, 10 years for court cases to be, concluded in Ghana. So that period, they would have done business with your money. In fact, I saw an issue on Facebook. This one wasn't about land. This one was posted by Nana Yaokesi. I don't know how many of you have seen it. Very sad story. He says a friend that he attended school with, right, was building some apartment blocks or structures somewhere in a very prime area in Accra, I think Jowulu. And at that time, I think the property that he was putting up, he was selling it for about $250,000. So this Nana Yaokese told his brother that, oh, for this location and all that, it's good. So they went into an agreement with that developer, who was his old like schoolmate, too, and it was off plan, and give like a bulk payment, and then the rest was to be split in installments. From time to time, he will ask somebody to go and take pictures of the property, etc. Then he'll be making payments, etc. He finished making the payments. The guy who was building the property said that no, he's not going to sell it to him because it is for his joint venture partner. So he's going to refund his money to him. But now the house is selling for $400,000 because obviously from the time the project started till now, the value of the land will increase, the property will increase in that area and all that. So because he has now seen that people are willing to pay a higher price for that property, the initial person whose money he was using to develop the property is not selling it to him again because now people are bringing $400,000. And apparently he had taken many people's money, right? All in building for them. Meanwhile, he's using their monies to finance, and his plan is when you get angry or you get irritated, you get aggravated, and you want to take him to court, the court process is going to take a very long time. He will definitely pay. Court would ask him to pay, he will pay. But within that 4 years, he has recouped his money and then he has made more profit. He can pay your money. But you see, I don't know why people are so evil and people are so wicked in this country. Somebody has toiled, giving you $250,000. $250,000 is not a joke. And then you treat the person this way. All I'm saying goes to the point that even for land, they will sell it to many people because they know that when you take them to court, it will take long. And even when they say they will pay, they will take their time to pay. By then, they have made so much profit and they'll give you back your money. So ensure to do your due diligence. Apart from the paperwork involving a lawyer and all that, if you're a lawyer, please send me an email because this evening, just before we came on the live, right, we got an email from one of our subscribers, and I just want to read it so that if you're a lawyer, maybe you're watching the replay or whatever, you can get in touch and see how best you can help, the subscriber, because I think the person is concerned. He says, recommendation of law firm and agents for land registration. Hello, I would very much appreciate it if you can recommend a trusted law firm in Accra for land acquisition and an agent to register land in the Greater Accra Area at Lands Commission. And thanks for your valuable videos on your channel. So if you're a lawyer, whether you're watching this live or a replay, please send me an email, africabuildinghub@gmail.com, and we are going to make sure to connect you with the subscriber so that you can provide value. Okay, so let me read the rest of your comments. Okay, I don't see any comments. Can you please bring in any comments or questions you have? It's 10:06. We'll be wrapping up this live. We've been up for 38 minutes. So any question you have, you can bring it now, and then we'll see how best to respond to it quickly. But till then, next week, God willing, is going to be a birthday live, and I'm so excited because I want to do a lot of good things for people, especially those on the streets who sleep on the streets and things like that. I want to purchase like some tents and things like these foldable tents, portable tents for them for a start. And then later on, when God blesses me with a lot of money, right, can probably put up like a shelter home for these people. That's the ultimate thing I want to do, and train them in skills, acquisition, and things like that for them to be independent. I really want to do that because, Charlie, we've all suffered, and it's just by God's grace that we are where we are today. Just by God's grace. All right. Michael Gimano, or forgive me, bro, if I'm destroying your name. Please, would you advise us to purchase a virgin land with no registration even if I'm aware the land really belongs to the seller. It's a bit dicey, right? It also depends on your risk appetite. For me, I usually prefer going for land with title. But even if the land has title, it doesn't mean you would not have issues. I've seen land with title and there was issue. Even one very popular real estate company that people bought lands, they were advertising all over the media, radio stations, TV. Their name begins with E. Recently, some very bad news came out about them, right? So it's not a given that when you purchase from a real estate company who has a title, you'll be safe. And it's not a given that when you purchase from a family or an individual who has a title, you'll be safe. Some people prefer to buy the virgin lands because it's cheaper. Then it means that going to do the hard work of doing the site plan, doing the land title and all these things, right? But it's cheaper. But then you are most likely to face litigation, land guard related issues for virgin lands. So depending on your risk appetite, we all had the issue about this soldier who was shot in Kaswa, right? Just this past weekend. These things happen, right? So you want to make sure that you are going into it prepared. Like buying land in Ghana is not a joke. And speaking about this soldier issue, I just want to briefly talk about the issue of land guards. And then I close if there are no questions, right? I've experienced, I've bought different properties, like parcels of land. The first land I bought, I lost it. It was over $20,000 in Accra. And when I purchased the land, I did all that I could to make sure it was secure. But then later, litigation came on it. And the people who came, they were like large mob with the chief of the area and things. And they were telling me if I continue, they'll come and demolish my building and all these things. I even went to the palace to go and see the chief and all these things. One guy, when I left the palace, who was one of the mob who came with the chief, came to see me behind the scenes. Oh, Charlie, I should not mind the chief. I should go and do that. I should go and continue my building project. And I said, my grandmother was killed because of land issues. I'm not going to lose my life and, inconvenience my family because of land issues or $20,000 or whatever, right? I'm going to move on. Hey, Charlie. So I left that land for them. They're still there. Once in a while, I go and pass there to see if there's any development. It's still there, right? That was my very first encounter. After that, I bought another land. There are two categories of land guards. There are those people who are protecting the interest of somebody who has invested money into the land. Those are the very dangerous type. Those guys, they don't care about their lives. Sometimes you go to sites, they'll come with guns, they'll come with cutlasses, come and sack all of you. If you delay, they'll hurt you. There have been countless instances, especially in Accra. It's not so prevalent in other regions, but Accra is the most populated, so obviously it's the region that's going to have the most land guard related issues. Some of these guys are junkies, they are addicted to weed and all these things. They don't care about their lives. They don't have any other thing doing. They don't care about their family. Most of them don't have family. So all they know is that they are having guns, they are having cutlasses, they attack you, they get paid. If you come on their land, they threaten you. If you don't leave, they hurt you. Even the police are scared of them. If you go on any land and you have those kind of issues, I beg you, it's not worth risking your life for these kind of things. Then there are the second category of land guards. These are the ones that will come and say, I don't know where they are hiding. Sometimes they station themselves where the backhoe, the tractors, and all these machinery that does the excavation are. So when they see that one of these tractors or backhoes or machinery is moving, then they know that it's going to somebody's site. So they'll be following slowly and they'll go and see the site. So when they see you are digging, they wear their ugly faces and they come and tell you that Hey, the land belongs to our forefathers. You need to pay digging fee. So these people are not coming to fight you and hurt you, but some of them are very rascals, right? Because they've come to my site and even come to seize the tools of the guys who were working there before, and they don't have any legitimate right to the land. So this one, it's not like you are fighting with anybody over the land. These are people that maybe sometimes are close to the chief or the stew or the family or whatever, and or sometimes they are just criminals. Let me just use that word, right? They are just criminals, and nobody's stopping them, and they've been doing it for a long time, and it has become like accepted in society. And they'll come and seize their tools, and then you call them, you go and see them, you tip them something, then they'll go. Sometimes they'll come after 3 months, sometimes 6 months. Sometimes if they see you are weak, like especially if you're a woman, not like women are weak, but if you're a woman, they'll be coming every week. Anytime they see you have come with your car or you have come, somebody will do tip off, they'll come. Oh, uncle, today they give us something, then you give them 50 CDs, 20 CDs, 100 CDs, whatever, and they go. So those people you can manage with wisdom, right? Usually you find a leader, you isolate him, and then you give him maybe 500 CDs. He shares among the boys, and then you tell them you don't want to see them again. Then you go and report to police so that you get a contact from the police station that the next time they come, you have somebody you can call. You understand? Nowadays, I hear they even collect roofing fee. Hey, Charlie, that's wild what people are doing in Ghana. So it's not just digging fee. When you're coming to roof, they'll say that, oh, this is the last time like they will be here because after roofing you can move into your building, so after this they won't get any money from you again, and they'll come and collect it. They are just annoying. Have you experienced land gas? How did you deal with them? Comment below and let me know. Let me read some of your comments and then we'll wrap up this video. ATM International says, have you heard about rammed earth houses? Yes, I have heard about rammed earth houses, and I've seen some videos on YouTube about rammed earth houses and all these things. As to whether I have done rammed earth houses, the answer is no. Dado says, please do show on burglar proof options, and if needed at all, thank you. Okay. It depends on your locality, like where you are building. Some places are very notorious for armed robberies and break-ins and things, so you probably want to do burglar proofs. Now, when it comes to burglar proof, there are more recent technologies where you don't need to trap yourself in. Because sometimes, though you are trying to prevent an intruder from coming inside, sometimes you're also trapping yourself in the house in case of the fire, anything, right? A danger where the door is locked. There are some burglar proofs where you can actually open a portion of it and escape. So you need to get in touch with the right person. You can send us an email, connect you with some of the good guys who do top-notch burglar proof. Some people are also very much against burglar proofs because they feel, one, like I said, you are trapped in your own house in case there's an emergency. So it depends on the area. There are certain areas where you go, there's peace. Nobody will even come and dare to come and rob you. But there are some places, especially if you are like the first person building in a bush, right? You are pretty isolated, you're on your own. Probably want to do that. Later on, when people come and the place is safe, you can remove it, right? So you can consider all these things. But again, burglar proof is not the only form of security. I think maybe one day we'll take time to really talk about security because there's security fence and all these things. But even when you do all these things, it doesn't mean that you can still not be robbed. You can be robbed. But sometimes they even meet you at your gate. They follow you when you're going to their house and things. So when you're at your gate, you're not in their property, right? So it's God who keeps and protects us, right? That's what I believe. And that's what I tell everybody. But then it doesn't mean you cannot also put in certain safeguards in place. All right. Captain RTF says, hey bro, have you worked on a basement project in the past, or you got any ideas about building basements in Ghana? I contacted a friend and his estimate and workmanship is way above budget. To be honest, I haven't worked on any basement project in the past. I like to be frank and transparent like that. If you do have any experience on that, I can send you the details to get your estimates and other stuff. I haven't. Summer Snow says, this week I completed my fence wall 70 by 100. I bought 60 times 80 CDs bags of cement. Okay, so one bag was 80. I bought them last month. Then 6 inches or 6 CDs block, you bought 2,200 pieces. Okay. Then the workmanship was 7,000 CDs. Okay. and then water 400 cedis. And as for sand, I already have. Okay, but how about the wood, the iron rods, the chippings, right? Some must know. And what was the total cost? Justice says, "Happy birthday, my mentor in advance." Thank you, Justice. Thank you for the support throughout from TikTok days till now. I appreciate you. Patrick Linan says, "Friggin' chieftains always nosy." Oh, Patrick. Summer Snow says, "I bought my land in Kasua New Market Road for 3 years ago for 40,000 Ghana. I have to build to I have built to roofing level, and I might see a very peaceful land. No case with land guard. Oh, we thank God, because Kaswa has been very notorious for some of these land guard related issues. So if you purchased your land without any issues, I'm really excited for you. The time is 10:18. We've been on this live for 50 minutes. So I'm going to read the comments. You can keep them coming. If there are no more comments in the next 5 minutes, we wrap up. But you can keep your comments or questions coming. Right? Ruby, is this Grandma Ruby? If it is, shout outs. Ruby says it's not bad wanting to buy lands in prime areas, but the side effect is usually these land litigations and land gas drama. I would encourage young people to look at the prospects of suburban areas. It's true. I said they were going to look at some land there, Charlie. The video for that land is coming up very soon. The place is far, but the land is cheap. The area is good. The scenery is good. Litigation free. But it's like 1 hour from Amasaman, right? So that would then be about 2 hours from anywhere in town. When I say town, I'm talking about places like Circle, Accra Airport, Cantonment area. But what I discovered was, as we were driving, though the road was not good and the place was far, you see somebody has bought like maybe 10 acres and has walled it, no building on it. So that's what you are seeing. You are driving, you are seeing a lot of walled like lands, no building. Then there are some people who have built nice houses. They are not moved in yet. Then there are some people who are building. Then there are the people who you could tell were living there initially with older looking buildings and things like that. So it tells you that people have plans for the place. They want the place to open up. They bought the land now that it's cheap and are waiting for the price to increase. And I think it's a really good strategy. All right. Any more comments? If not, today we look at the prices of the most commonly used building materials. Can we get 500 likes for those watching the live and then for those watching the replay? There are over 280 people who have viewed this video so far. And again, I just want to say thank you very much for the love and support that you guys have given to me for the past 1 year. That's for the Instagram and TikTok family, and for the past 2 years for the YouTube family. Next week, God willing, 12th May, this channel will be 2 years old. It's been an amazing and it's been a super exciting journey. And I just want to say thank you very much. Any more comments? If not, I want to say have a blessed week. I wish you all the very best in your building project. May it be well with you. May everything that you touch to do be blessed. I mean, keep being blessed. Keep being, the best that you can be. Look at serving people. Look at, being a blessing to as many people as possible. And I wish you all the best. Till God makes a way for us to meet again. We'll see each other next week, God willing. You want to support me with any donation, I want to buy a camera, I'm putting my contact in the live chat, right? Please, no calls, just some mobile money. Thanks, Bibre.